Sup YouTube, Born in Asphodel Meadow here. I can't let this go any longer. I'm back on YouTube now, and this response is long overdue. And I've been stewing on this for like a week or something like that. I'm finally getting around to it though. I want to make this quickly, so I'm not using my camera. I'm just using the sound recorder on my computer, so I hope the sound quality is alright. But, okay, so this is a video response to The Amazing Believer on his video of the Mike Huckabee Situation. I'm going to be playing the video for you and going through the parts that I want to talk about individually, as well as making some comments on the subject. And I guess that's about it. Let's begin.
Hey YouTube, I feel that I need to comment on the event going on with Mike Huckabee right now.
Good, so do I.
Some of you on YouTube know that in the last election I supported Huckabee. I couldn't vote, but Huckabee was who I wanted in our White House.
A man who I would like to point out has no formal education in anything but religion. I mean, that's not exactly the ideal candidate from my perspective, but I don't think it should be from anyone's, personally.
This is a very bad situation.
Yeah, no shit, man. For those of you who don't know, Mike Huckabee, a while ago, released a man from prison on the premise that he had turned Christian and therefore would commit no more crimes, and that man later went on and killed 4 police officers, execution-style, in a coffee shop. Needless to say, I find this to be obscene and ridiculous. It's like spitting in the face of all that we should hold sacred in the free world. I mean, I was trying to come up with an analogy to say here, something that would illustrate exactly how ridiculous I find this. But the best example I could come up with was, what if a Christian person was given a position of power in government that allowed them to release criminals from prison should they so choose, and then they started giving preferential treatment to people who said they were Christian? And then that person were to go ahead and relapse and kill or hurt more people. And that's exactly what happened. Like, should this kind of shit be happening? This is ridiculous. The Amazing Believer is now going to attempt to justify supporting Mike Huckabee, not only originally, but even still after all this has happened.
I mean, I'm sure Mike Huckabee feels horrible for what has happened. For those of
You know what? You're right. I bet he's damn sorry for the people who died because of his actions. And I bet he's grief-stricken over the families that now have to celebrate Christmas without a father because they were killed by a man that he let loose on society. However, I doubt severely that he's sorry for the fact that he let the guy out of prison. I mean, he's done it over 1,000 times. That's right. He has let over 1,000 people out of prison prematurely because they said they were Christian. And you know what? He's not slowing down. I watched an interview with him on The Daily Show the other day. He did not once even give the impression that he was going to stop or slow down or refine the process of letting people out of prison just because they say they're Christian. And you know what? He said that if he had the file of the person who committed these murders in front of him right now, without knowledge that they would eventually commit murder again, he would let them out of prison. Like, what the hell does it take? I mean, many people around the world refuse to learn lessons, regardless of how important those lessons may be, but it takes a special caliber of person to announce to the entire world, even though you made a grave mistake that cost the lives of 4 people, that you refuse to learn your lesson. Like, the fact that 4 innocent people were killed in cold blood by the guy who you let out of prison early for no good reason didn't teach you the lesson that you shouldn't let people out of prison early for no good reason? Like, fuck.
We've got to look at the reasons why Huckabee let him out.
Of course we should. I mean, he's got to have some kind of good reason for doing this, right?
As far as I understand, Huckabee let this man out for 2 reasons. Number 1, this guy committed the crimes that he was in jail for when he was 16. He was trying to cut the guy a break.
Yeah, cut the guy a break. Come on, go easy on him. It's not like he got a 108-year sentence. Oh wait, he did get a 108-year sentence.
And number 2, this guy had convinced Huckabee and another pastor that he had become a Christian.
So apparently now, Christian politicians can use and bend the law to their will to benefit other people of the same religion as them on the grounds that they are the same religion as them. I can come up with no better argument for the separation of church and state.
Huckabee was wrongly deceived here. He put trust in a man that was lying.
I bet that guy would have said he was Gandhi if he thought Mike Huckabee would let him out if he did. I mean, come on. If it was his good, upstanding Christian values that caused him to let a man out of prison because he said he'd become a good, upstanding Christian, then that's an extremely, extremely naive thing to do. And I really don't think he has the capacity to be a politician if he can just not help himself the second someone says he's a Christian. They're instantly in his, this person couldn't possibly harm a fly or could never lie to me, group of people. Like, I just don't see how he's qualified.
There's no way Huckabee could have known that this guy was going to go and kill 4 cops.
I know, eh? Like, a convicted criminal with a history of violence returning to violence after he leaves prison? That's unheard of.
What this man did was very wrong. However, Huckabee did not give him the gun and tell him to kill these guys.
Really? Really? That's what you're going to say about it? Honestly, you think Mike Huckabee is innocent because he didn't give him the gun and tell him to kill those people himself? This is like a guy bringing a Doberman with a history of violence to a park, letting it off its leash, watching as it mauls a child, and then saying, well, hey, goddamn, I didn't tell that dog to maul that child, and then bringing another dog the next week. Honestly, dude, I cannot understand you at all. What if someone you knew was the next person to die from a criminal that he had let out of prison, huh? Would you still defend him then?
All these atheists here on YouTube who make fun of me in videos, I don't have a list written down of people on YouTube that I hate. I don't hate anyone on YouTube. All these people that make fun of me, I still love them. I care about them.
Well, I don't really hate you either, man. It's just that I think your ideas will destroy us all. And if you really cared about me, you would not vote for Mike Huckabee when you get the chance.
Huckabee was actually #1 in the polls for the Republican side for the election of 2012.
This, to me, is about as surprising as seeing the sunrise.
This event might actually hurt that.
Are you kidding? He's trying to make it so that Christians don't have to spend as much time in prison. This isn't going to hurt him, this is going to help him.
I'm still going to support him.
Wow, you must really hate everything, huh?
I mean, this event only shows that he is human and that he can make mistakes, because there's not a politician out there who has not made a mistake before. A lot of politicians have this perfect facade put on, but they are still human. They still make mistakes. Huckabee has made a mistake, but I'm still going to support him. Thank you. God bless.
In conclusion, I'd just like to make 2 quick points. First, if I came to Mike Huckabee and said, oh, Mike, I've become a completely reformed human being, my time in prison has really shown me the light, I'm now going to completely and unequivocally follow the rules set forth by God without any kind of, resignation. I'm just going to be a good person, a holy person for the rest of my life. By the way, I'm Muslim. Do you think that he would have let me out of prison? No, not a chance in hell. But do you think if I was Christian he would? Of course he would. That's what he does. My final point is just to say that if you merge a religion with a legal system in such a way that if it's okay with that religion, it's okay in that legal system, that's called a theocracy. Not a republic, not a democracy, a theocracy. And unless you are a supporter of theocratic rule, the amazing believer, I really, really don't think you should lean towards Mike Huckabee. And I don't think anyone else should either. And that's all I've got to say on the subject. I'm Born in Asphodel Meadow. Peace, and I'll see you guys later.